So I'm here today in Guilford, Connecticut to meet Stephanie Huffman. She has lived in Guilford since she was 11 years old, and she owns a business here in Guilford. I'm going to talk to her about why she loves living here, what's so great about Guilford, and what it's like owning a business in this small town.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Lexie, Romeo. How old are they?
So Romeo is 6 and Lexie she's 8 now.
Thank you so much for doing this. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm so glad that we connected.
Oh, me too. Oh, okay. First of all, your property is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Like, this is crazy. Just driving up here is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Are you kidding?
Come on in. So this is, it's small. I've got 3 bedrooms, bath and laundry room, and this is our main living area. This is where we spend all of our time, except for summertime, we're outside.
Oh yes, let's see it. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Do you kayak?
I do.
I would be out here
Yep.
every single day.
I moved here with my family when I was 11 from St. Louis, Missouri. My mom was from Maine and my dad was from Pittsburgh. And my mom, having lived in Maine and on the ocean, said to my dad after 10 years of being in the Midwest with the humidity, she said, "You've got to get me back to the East Coast." So my dad worked for a company called Edgecombe Steel, and they had a company in Milford, Connecticut. So he got transferred and we stumbled on Guilford. It was really kind of a neat thing. My mom was a teacher and wanted to make sure we went to good schools, and we just stumbled on this beautiful little town, and that's how we ended up in Guilford.
What made you stay in Guilford?
It's just got a nice homey feel. It's the people, the community, it's artsy. We just have such a tight community that I just really wanted my children to be able to be raised the way I was and just enjoy all the things we got to enjoy here in this gorgeous town. We're on the water. There's so many things to do.
What's the population here?
I'm going to say between 20 and 30,000.
So it is not a small town at all.
It's not really. No, it's spread out. We have an area called North Guilford that runs up one direction, and then the rest is, sprawled all around the water.
Who comes to Guilford?
We have a lot of people that have migrated from New York. We're on the end of the commuter line to New York City with the Metro North trains. So we do have a lot of people that still work in the city and then have their summer homes here in Guilford.
Sometimes when there's an influx, just in our travels, the locals aren't always happy about it. How are the locals in Guilford?
Well, I think that the 40-somethings are definitely more accepting of it. The older locals are really resistant to change. Old Yankees, what we could call them. We're having a lot of new properties being built for quite a hefty amount of money, and so that's bringing in a whole new demographic. So I think that's adding some, little unrest with some of the people.
With an influx of people comes exactly what you're saying, which is property values rise, and then the locals can no longer afford it. So someone's granddaughter who wants to buy a home here can't afford the home because so many people from New York or New Jersey purchased properties overpriced them, and now the locals can't afford them. Are you finding that to be the case here in Guilford?
Absolutely. Rents, you can't find a rent, and it's very disheartening to know that locals that were able to afford a rent have skyrocketed, and it's pushing them out of the town.
What's the average rent here for like a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment?
Oh, right now, about $2,400.
What was it before the 2019, let's say?
About 17.
What was the average home price prior to the pandemic? And what do you think it is now?
Of buying a home? Depends on the area, but you could have gotten a $400,000 home, that's now 8. And the ones that were 6 to 8 are well over $1 million.
Oh, it doubled.
Oh, doubled. And people are paying cash. They're paying cash and over the price. So you can't even look at a listing and,
You can't even dream.
You can't dream.
Because somebody's going to outbid you with cash.
With cash.
Where's most of the new builds going? Are people really flocking to the water, or do they want more property in Guilford? What are people looking for?
So literally directly behind me here are some townhouses going up that are, I forget how many are going to be there, but they started selling them at 1.5 and realized that there was high demand, and now they're 3 point something million. And they're townhouses, and they're literally like stone's throw away. So they're in the process of being finished. That's huge, and they're all sold. They're sold.
So you have a little piece of paradise back here, and you spend your days when you're not working kayaking.
I do. In fact, I could take you down to the beach and show it to you. I could show you our local Jacobs Beach and where I keep my kayak.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Okay. This is fantastic.
I pinch myself every day and I say, wow. I say a prayer of gratitude every day when I wake up and look out my window and see what I have, because I know I'm very fortunate to be able to have something like this.
Look at this. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Wow, what a beautiful house. Oh my gosh. Okay, so how much would something like this go for, do you think?
Well, I can tell you what this one's going for. It's for sale.
Oh, tell me.
5.5. So this just sold and became Airbnb.
Oh, okay. So those are the Airbnb people. Okay. How much does this house sell for, do you know?
I'm going to say like 500.
That's a steal in this area. 500,000?
Yep.
How many months of summer do you get?
Summer, it starts technically June. It usually runs beautifully into September. And we get, an Indian winter in October. We can get some really beautiful warm days, cool nights. This is our town beach. This is Jacobs Beach.
This is the town beach. Like when you say the town, you mean like this is the main beach that everyone in Guilford goes to?
Correct.
Is the grass packed and everything with people in the summer?
Yep. And then they have a lemonade stand. They have a food truck. They'll have the ice cream truck.
Why are we always finding places we can't afford?
So if you look back over here, see the island that it's popping right out? There is, I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's a lighthouse on it.
Yep.
And that's a really neat little
How do you get to
island.
Faulkner?
Boat.
And does it leave Guilford?
No, you have to take your own boat.
Oh.
You can't go out on the island. They have a nature preserve for terns, the birds. Now back in the day, when my husband had a boat and we were a little bit wild, we would go out there at like 2 a.m. with our friends.
Don't tell anyone.
And climb up and go all around the island, only to find out the next day that we were covered in poison ivy. So we didn't do that very often.
So which kayak is yours?
All right, so my kayak has been well loved. My kayak is probably about 12 years old, and it's the one nobody wants to steal. Let me show you why.
Okay.
Old Yeller has a hole in her.
Oh.
But we have her patched so well that no, she doesn't take water on anymore.
And this is where you launch it. Yep. Is that the right word, launch it?
Yeah. Not at low tide like this though, because it's very, very mucky. So we kind of always have to plan it around the tide.
The nearest big city.
New Haven.
How far is it?
I would say at the most 15. It takes 15 minutes to get there, which isn't if there's no traffic.
You have a business here.
I do. I have a hair salon downtown Guilford off the Green. The Green is a historic meeting place back in the day. That's what we call the Green. When I first moved here, I didn't know what the Green was. Everybody talked about, go to the Green. And I'm like, what is this Green? But it's where all the businesses are around this beautiful, almost like little park. are you?
Good to
So
see you. Came in.
Me too. Oh my gosh, this is so cute.
Denise, this is Tina, my receptionist.
Tina,
Hi there.
hi.
It's
so
a
nice
pleasure.
to meet you. Oh my gosh. Okay,
I'm so glad you can make it.
I am too. Stephanie, how long have you owned the salon?
So I have owned a salon for 23 years. I've been in this location for 10.
Oh, okay, great.
We had 2 locations.
Does he come to work with you every
He
day?
does. He's been coming to work since he was 12 weeks old. This is his professional portrait. So yes, he's the mascot of the salon. So these are our cutting stations. Since COVID, we put some partitions up after, so we had a little more privacy because they changed up, how many people we could have in the salon. This is my working cutting station.
Nice.
Right here.
It's the best room in the salon from what I'm told. Everything is like resin. Look at that sink on the ceiling. Very cool. I'm Denise. How are you?
I'm good. I'm Keely. I'm good. How are you?
Keely?
Keely,
Oh,
yeah.
nice to
meet you too.
Are you born and raised from Guilford?
Born and raised in Guilford.
Oh.
Yep. So yeah, and Steph
And
lives
she-
down the road from
She
me.
lives down Actually, you're in my backyard now.
I am in your backyard now. Yes.
So her mom
yep.
and dad lived down by the beach when we went to the beach.
Yep.
And she just bought a house, like literally I could throw a
Yep.
rock to her
Right
backyard.
across the way.
And your family owns a business here.
They own a business here. We own a few. I run a photography business. My parents own a painting business. So we're kind of just doing all the things,
I guess a family of entrepreneurs.
Yes. Yes. We can't work for other people. It just doesn't work well. But just like here-ish. Yeah. I love it. I love it. It just feels good and lightweight and healthy. Yeah, I love it. She's the best.
I did not realize you make your own products.
Oh, so yes, so I make my own serums, body butters, eye cream moisturizers. I did this all started during COVID. Lip balms, turmeric scrubs, body scrubs, healing balm. I have a lavender hemp balm. These are actually shampoo and conditioner bars. This is one of my best sellers, which is the pink petals. Then we have the blue tansy, and both have essential oils in them. This one has chamomile, and the blue tansy is not only has a scent of blue tansy, it's very beneficial to the skin. So we're taking a little road trip of Guilford. We're gonna go down to some of the shoreline, very cute little areas of Guilford, one of which is called Sachem's Head. Then I want to take you to the oldest house. It's the oldest house obviously in Guilford, but I'm not sure, it might be the oldest house in Connecticut and maybe the East Coast. It's called the Stone House.
Yachts or big boats? I know this area has money. Where are all those big, huge boats?
I'll show you. I will take you to the Guilford Yacht Club.
Oh, so this is just for the poor people.
This is the poor people. This is the poor people folk.
Got it. Got it.
This is Grass Island. This little red shack at one point in time was someone's home. It's one of the most painted pictures. You'll find artwork all over of this little fun red shack.
You go crabbing in that, what is it, river or lake? Clamming or crabbing?
Crabbing in the river at low tide, and then I will show you our secret little clamming spot. So yes, my downtime, I like to get out there with the rake and clam and throw them on the grill, some hot sauce.
How many clams do you get a season just for yourself? Like, how often do you go?
Usually, I try to get out there. It's not, maybe 6 times in a season.
Nice.
And you'll get a basket of sometimes 50 to 100. Yeah, I don't do them on the half shell, but a lot of people will do that. Sometimes you get out there and you get the big quahogs. They're really big. So we cook those and freeze them and then use them for chowder in the winter.
Stephanie and I are going to have dinner. Thank you so much for spending the day with us.
It's so fun. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I had the best time at your place of business and you showing us around Guilford, and now we're going to have dinner at a local restaurant with a local chef, correct?
Yes.
All right, let's
All
do
local.
it.
It sound right, boys.